Hello and welcome to Wonder Girl Tarot. This is your reading for the week of August 24th through the 30th, 2020. It's a general reading for anyone who feels called to watch the video, as well as for my returning viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you to those of you who have subscribed or liked or shared a video and left me a comment. It means so much. I have shuffled the deck and drawn 3 cards. The first is going to represent Monday and Tuesday, the second Wednesday and Thursday, and the third Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but these may be energies that come and go throughout the week or also may apply to a larger period of time than a week. So just take whatever resonates and leave the rest for some other viewer. Before I turn over the cards, I'm going to read a poem, and this week I'm reading one by C.P. Cavafy called Ithaca, and I'm not sure who it's translated by, but anyways, okay. Ithaca. As you set out for Ithaca, hope your road is a long one, full of adventure, full of discovery. Lastrygonians, Cyclops, angry Poseidon. Don't be afraid of them. You'll never find things like that on your way as long as you keep your thoughts raised high, as long as a rare excitement stirs your spirit and your body. Lastrygonians, Cyclops, wild Poseidon, you won't encounter them unless you bring them along inside your soul, unless your soul sets them up in front of you. Hope your road is a long one. May there be many summer mornings when, with what pleasure, what joy, you enter harbors you're seeing for the first time. May you stop at Phoenician trading stations to buy fine things, mother of pearl and coral, amber and ebony, sensual perfume of every kind, as many sensual perfumes as you can, and may you visit many Egyptian cities to learn and go on learning from their scholars. Keep Ithaca always in your mind. Arriving there is what you are destined for, but don't hurry the journey at all. Better if it lasts for years, so you're old by the time you reach the island, wealthy with all you've gained on the way, not expecting Ithaca to make you rich. Ithaca gave you the marvelous journey. Without her, you would not have set out. She has nothing left to give you now, and if you find her poor, Ithaca won't have fooled you. Wise as you will have become, so full of experience, you'll have understood by then what these Ithacas mean. Okay, so sometimes the poem applies to the reading, and very often and goes together with the cards, but we'll see what we've got. I've also got an extra card from the Wildwood Tarot as usual, and I'll read that at the end, so stay tuned. So for Monday and Tuesday, we have the 8 of Pentacles. This is the Morgan Greer Tarot, by the way. For Wednesday and Thursday, we have the 2 of Wands in the reverse. And for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Hierophant. And at the bottom of the deck, we have, the 8 of Swords in the reverse. Okay, and so the bottom of the deck energy is like the underlying theme. And the 8 of Swords is a great card to get in the reverse. Reverse cards are usually the opposite energy, or sometimes it's like a blocked version of the normal meaning of the card. But I'm thinking In the reverse, so in the upright, the Eight of Swords is a card about feeling fenced in, trapped, and tormented by your thoughts and all the things that just keep going round and round in your head. You feel like you can't break free from old patterns, thought patterns, your current situation, and your mind just keeps going round and round. You can't see a way forward. It's like everywhere you look seems like a dead end, and this causes you a lot of anxiety, and it's usually a very bleak card in most decks, and this is an exception. But swords represent your thoughts and their mental cerebral energy. So it's when you're not so much trapped by your external circumstances as your perspective and the degree to which your perspective is limited. So in the reverse, this is feeling being no longer trapped by your thinking. So perhaps you're going to be having some kind of a mental breakthrough, or the things that have been worrying you are no longer going to be playing on your mind in the same way that they have been. You're going to be seeing things more clearly and experiencing less anxiety. Because the card is there, I'm thinking that this is still going to continue to a certain extent, but it's like it's going to be falling away and just sort of like melting away. And I'm thinking that may have something to do with the way you begin the week, which is with the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles has to do with working. It can also be like practicing something, some kind of a craft. This can be like, if you're like literally in this card, it looks like he's making these pentacles possibly out of wood or metal, and he's like hammering and welding something into shape in the material world. So this could be like you're actually making something. It can also be practicing an art or a skill, so studying or practicing a musical instrument. It's when you continue to do something over and over again. This is like putting in your, working towards your 10,000 hours or whatever, so you can become a master of something. So it's about work work that's repetitive but leads to some kind of mastery. And I think that this is often like the antidote to being stuck in your head and feeling trapped in your life, is actually just being able to take action. So it looks like you're going to be starting the week kind of putting in the hours that are going to help this feeling of trappedness fall away. And at the middle of the week, you have the Two of Wands in reverse. So the Two of Wands in the upright, this is like somebody who's choosing between two different paths, the Ace of, so the Two of Wands follows the Ace, and the Ace of Wands is like a fiery inspiration or passion, something that makes you excited. And the Two of Wands is like when you have two of these things and you have to make a decision between, one or the other. So it can be kind of torn, like you're at a crossroads, you're looking towards the future. Where do you want to invest? Where do you want to go? What do you care about more? What makes you excited? And in the reverse, there's a reader I watch sometimes, Star Lourdes Tarot, and she talks about how sometimes in the reverse it's like it can point back towards the card that comes before. And that's what's occurring to me right now. So it's like going back towards the Ace. So perhaps you've been torn between two different ways forward, two different things that you're very passionate about, two different people, two different places, and either one of these options is being taken away. Like, for example, you want to move and you want to stay where you are. Maybe because of like the current situation, you can't move and you have to stay where you are. Therefore, you're putting your energies, all your energy and focus into staying where you are. Or say like you're torn between two different jobs. Maybe one of them you don't get they don't take your application, so then you go with the other one. So I'm thinking like the Two of Wands in the reverse, it's like you're able to focus all of your energy in one area, like the Ace of Wands, because the other one option has been removed. Possibly you've made a decision, but I'm thinking because it's in the reverse, it's more like the decision has been taken out of your hands in some way. And so so it's becoming simple. You no longer have to make a decision. And perhaps that's because of some kind of authority or, for example, the current government policies or the company that you want to work for. Because you have the Hierophant at the end of the end of the week. The Hierophant represents authority structures. So this is like a bank or a big company where you've applied for a job, or a government. This is a card that can represent also commitments and contracts. So for example, like signing a long-term contract, or getting a visa or getting married. It's all of those, like the official part of that, belonging to a particular religion, belonging to the society that you're in. It all has to do with like the old structures and things that are constant in your world. So I'm thinking that you're deciding to begin investing and working in some particular area, or you're going to be putting down roots in a particular place or with a particular person, because the other options that you had been considering aren't really possible this week. But that's going, instead of feeling trapped and fenced in by that, because you're taking action and investing where you are in your current circumstances, that's actually going to make you begin to feel sort of freed up, and you're going to be experiencing less confusion and less anxiety and less mental anguish, because your actions are clear and your decisions are clear. And this can be like, this is a very steady week, so it's like not a week about dreaming a lot, and perhaps where you're going to be investing it, because we have the Hierophant in the upright, it may be in something that's not a big leap. It's like you're sticking with the people that you know, with maybe like the place that you're from, or your family values, the values of your country. You're staying with something that's quite solid and structured. I'm also thinking of the poem and of Ithaca, and how when Odysseus was returning home to Ithaca, there were tons of different like stops along the way, and like he was on Circe's island for a number of years, and all of these different places, and how in the poem Cavafy says that you shouldn't be in a hurry to return home, but like focus on the journey and the wisdom that you're getting along the way. So perhaps it's like you're actually trapped somewhere that isn't your home, and that has been making you feel really like trapped and fenced in with this Eight of Swords energy. Like you can't either go to the place that you feel that you're meant to be, or return to the place that you're meant to be, or the people that you think you should be with, but actually maybe like Odysseus on his journeys, where he kind of like undertakes the customs of the people that he is with for a time, like long enough to gain in knowledge or like physical material riches. Like he was kind of storing up all of these things and taking on the customs of the places that he was. So maybe you're doing something like that. It's like you're being waylaid, but actually because of that you're gaining in some way. And maybe that's what you're seeing, that like you're making a virtue of necessity this week, and learning and possibly gaining in like expertise or material goods. Like this guy who's working here, he's accumulating pentacles that are going to help him going forward. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing with these tarot cards. And now I'm going to turn over this and we'll see what we've got. Okay, 10 of Stones. This is like the 10 of Pentacles in normal decks, and they call it home. And you can see there's this big oak tree, and it's surrounded, you're like looking through a stone arch. So I'm thinking that it's kind of like looking like this tree is home. You can see the little house under the roots, and it's like you're looking towards home and towards your roots. And so maybe that's sort of a theme of the week in some way, like the family tree, or roots, or things you want to build. I'm just going to see what they say in the book. It says, the inner and outer community that sustains and supports the individual, not necessarily blood family, but the trusted friends, comrades, and lovers who offer security and affection. The traditional concept of home and family has evolved and changed over the last few decades, but certain basic notions remain unchanged. In the traditional British family home, where the father went to work and the mother stayed home to manage the house and the children, home was the place we always came back to, where stability and a well-founded sense of traditions and social rules applied. It was both guarded and guided by love, respect, and loyalty. As children, we see home as a place of security and caring. As young adults exploring the world, it can be wherever you lay your hat or guitar case. In later life, it may become your own heart's stronghold and sanctuary. For some, the concept of home is just that, an idea, a home, a dream, not merely a shelter from the elements or an investment in bricks and plaster. For some, it truly is where love resides and is the final destination after a colorful or arduous life journey. So, that seems so appropriate. So this home card seems to me like it's representing both that this week has a theme of you looking towards the home that you want to have as a goal to return to, whether that's like a material place or your family or something like that. And it also is representing your current home, which may be temporary, or even like your internal home that you're beginning to build inside yourself. But kind of like being where you are now, while also having one eye looking towards the place that you want to eventually end up. So I hope that makes sense and the reading resonates for you leave me a comment if you'd like to. And I hope this is a great week ahead for you. Please take very good care, and I will be back with another video like this next Sunday. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.